As you know, we are going to observe Sri Ramakrishna's birthday worship today. His actual birthday was last Friday. A thought came to my mind this morning. I was thinking, what is a spiritual life? And why do we need it? What spiritual life can do to us? You see, transformation comes through the mind, not through the body. When you will realize God, you will have one head, 2 hands, 2 feet. They will not change. What will change? The mind will change. How does the mind change? Our minds are changing every moment. Continuously our minds are changing. The Upanishad tells us, when the mind thinks of the same subjects, it becomes impure. When the same mind thinks about God, it becomes pure. Bondage, liberation, everything are in the mind. If you think you are free, you are free. If you think you are bound, you are bound. If you think you are impure, you are impure. If you think you are pure, you are pure. Everything is in this mind. That Sri Ramakrishna taught. He said that human mind is just like a washerman's cloth in the washerman's house. He has many tubs of dye. If you say that I want yellow color, he will dip your cloth into yellow tub. If you want blue, blue tub. Green, green tub. He has many colors. So what kind of color do you want? Do you want spiritual color or worldly color? Everything is in your hand. It is amazing. Sri Ramakrishna told a beautiful parable. A florist, a woman, the 2 fisher women went to sell fish in the market, and the evening while returning, they are in the storm. They took shelter in the house of a florist. The florist entertained them and asked them living room to sleep, but all around flowers. The fisherwomen are not getting sleep. So seeing the restlessness, the florist woman came and said, "Friends, what is the matter? You cannot sleep?" "No." "Why?" "This flower smell are not helping us to sleep." Then he said, "What do you need?" "Well, give us more fish baskets which you keep in the garage." He brought the fish basket, sprinkled a little water. The moment they get the fish smell, they go to sleep. What a beautiful parable Sri Ramakrishna told. What kind of smell, what kind of color you want in your life? We want to change our minds. How? Sri Ramakrishna demonstrated. He thought and meditated on God day and night, uninterruptedly. As a result, his whole body, mind, every atoms of his body become spiritual. How do you make the magnet? Here is a piece of iron rod, here is a magnet, you rub. This simple steel rod becomes a magnet. That is the way it makes a magnet. So, when a person constantly thinks about God, his body, mind becomes a magnet. He attracts people. He becomes luminous. That is the way it works. There is no magic. Hard work. That Sri Ramakrishna demonstrated. You know, when you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, it's hard to disbelieve in God. When Swami Vivekananda challenged Sri Ramakrishna, "Have you seen God?" "Yes." Not only I saw, I can show you. The moment Sri Ramakrishna touched his chest, the whole world began to roll, disappear. What are you doing? What are you doing? He was about to lose his consciousness. What are you doing? I have parents at home. Sri Ramakrishna again rubbed his body and again he became normal. He could banish the world from your mind and he can bring the mind back. Now, we understand God's, what is called Vishnu, Shiva, Durga, Kali, different gods and goddesses in our Hinduism. They're all gods, they're not humans. It is very difficult to communicate with them. When God becomes a human being, at that time it is easy to communicate. Look, Christian people, they communicate with Jesus. The devotees of Rama, devotees of Krishna, devotees of Ramakrishna, they communicate, the man gods. What is the advantage? Rumarola wrote in Ramakrishna's biography. Sri Ramakrishna's life is just like Jacob's ladder. It is connected with heaven and earth. Holding Sri Ramakrishna, you can enjoy this world. Again, holding Sri Ramakrishna, you can go, you can have heavenly peace and bliss. We want to lead a spiritual life. Why? That is the only way you can get peace and bliss in life. You know very well, money cannot buy peace. Money cannot buy bliss. You cannot go to a grocery shop and say, I want 5 pounds bliss and 10 pounds bliss. It will not work. And just recently one rich man was telling me, lot of wealth. Wife sick. Son does not want that my parents should see him. I was watching this man's life, not happy. Lot of money. Always remember, only spiritual life can give you peace and bliss in life. We have a sheet here, aims 4 vital questions of human life. Does God exist? How can we realize God? This way is Sri Ramakrishna, and how can I live in this world? Sri Ramakrishna gave a beautiful parable. Stay in this world like a maid servant. A maid servant in a rich home does all the work. Even the rich man's son, he says, my Gopala. But she knows from the bottom of her heart that my Gopala at my home. I am just raising this rich man's child. That's all. So, have family, have everybody. But know from the bottom of your heart that God is your all in all. Nothing will go with us. We came alone, we shall go alone. If we read the Old Testament, book of Job says, naked came I from the mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. Nothing will go with us. And still we are so much attached to this world. This attachment brings invariable pain. But shall we not love people? Love and attachment are not the same thing. Do you know why? Love brings joy. Attachment brings pain. You immediately know what is love and what is attachment. You don't need any extra brain. This is love, this is attachment. How to be attached to God? I remember in our Vedanta class, our teacher was telling us how to illumine the mind. We are talking an aphorism of Patanjali. Satu dirghakala nairantarja tatkara sevito dida bhumi. How can a yogi can make the mind steady and firm? Satu dirghakala. Dirghakala means long time. Nairantarjina. Nirantarja means uninterruptedly. No orantara, nirantara. Uninterruptedly. Tatkara sevito. Dira bhumi. If you concentrate on God and meditate long time uninterruptedly, it will illuminate. Then he gave an example. Perhaps you have seen a blacksmith. He put the iron rod in the fire and pulled the bellows. Within 15 minutes, that black red iron rod becomes red hot iron. Then the blacksmith takes it with a tongue and puts it on the anvil and hits. And he gives shape as he likes. Well, I make a knife, he will make a knife from the iron rod. At that time, the rod becomes very soft. You can hit and can shape. He taught us that how to connect this mind with God and illuminate it. 15 minutes. Hold on. We cannot hold it even for a few seconds. Our minds are so restless. That you will have to learn from these Ramakrishna, Swami, Vivekananda and other great mystics. How to illuminate the mind. Whole mystery, whole happiness is in the mind. Relationship is extremely important. Here is a child, loves the parents. Mom, I want to buy these things. Mom says, no. She will force, you will have to buy for me. Because the child has intense love and for the mother, that the mother was forced to buy it. So if you have that kind of love for God, you can force God to change whatever you want in your life. That we find in Sri Ramakrishna's life. In Swamiji's life, I remember there was one incident in New York. Swamiji came second time in America in 1899. Nothing was very favorable for him. He was not well. He worked too much. He burnt out. He even wrote to Biharidas Desai, he was the Diwan of Junagadh. If another Hindu would work like me, would die vomiting blood. That he wrote. So Swamiji was in Ridgely and he was saying, Madam, if everything goes wrong, I shall rouse Atma Ram. He will make my path favorable. And I shall rouse Sri Ramakrishna. He will make my life, my journey favorable. If you want to make your life favorable, you will have to love God. He will do everything for you. That Krishna promised. Ananyas indantamam ye jana purjipasati tesam nitta vijuktanam yogakshimam bhaimam. In the 9th chapter, if you read, Krishna says, those who depend on me, I provide everything for them. That comes from love. I was thinking, that how the divine incarnations use Yogamaya. Through Yogamaya they work. What is Yogamaya? Maya is the power of God. Through the Maya power, God functions. This whole world is nothing but Maya. Name and form. Look in Gita, Krishna says, Devi esha gunamayi mama maya durattaya mame vaje prapadyante mayame tam tarantite. My Maya is divine. It is very difficult to cross. But with those who take refuge in me, I help them to cross this turbulent ocean of Maya. So if you want to get rid of Maya, bondage, you will have to take refuge in God. There is no other way. There is no other way. Maya me tam tarantite. Now, What does Sri Ramakrishna also mention? Those who are around me, Mahamaya does not touch them. He created such an atmosphere that those who are around him, their minds will be uplifted in the higher plane of consciousness. Even after practice japa and meditation, very nearing to that person, your minds will go up. When you go to a temple, we create such an atmosphere so that your mind will automatically go up. We create that environment. That comes, do you know when that comes? On a special days. We are observing birthday. Look at that. 25th December, millions of Christians will go to the churches. Other days they will not go. So millions and billions of people, when they think about Christ, 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 the whole atmosphere becomes Christ consciousness. That is the way it works. You have seen in Kumbhabala, Allahabad, millions of sadhus chanting, memorizing, showing, all the people are seeing. Whole place reverberated with the spirituality. That is the special days, occasions. So when perhaps here we have 50, 60, 60, 70 people, we are there. We are all thinking about God. It creates an atmosphere and immediately it goes up. You know, perhaps your mind is down, another person's mind is up. All become up. All goes up. That is called spiritual life. How God uses Yogamaya. Look at Krishna. There is a verse in the Bhagavatam, in the Rash Leela, the first verse. Bhagavan apita ratri shardat fulla mallika bhiksharantu manasyakre yogamayam upashritaha. Krishna promised to the gopis on the full moon night in the autumn, I shall meet you. So seeing the full moon, Bhagavan apita ratri shardat fulla mallika. That's autumn. Sharad means autumn. Mallika, he saw full moon. Bhiksharantu manasyakre yogamayam. Immediately he took yogamaya, embraced yogamaya, and went to the gopis to play. What did he do? He made himself many. Each gopi found that he had one Krishna with him. It is all yogamaya. Amazing how yogamaya works. Sri Ramakrishna also used many times. When he was in Dakshineshwar, he was a temple priest, walking on the veranda. Mathur, the owner of the temple, was in the bungalow. He saw Sri Ramakrishna one direction, Shiva, another direction, Kali. And again he became Ramakrishna. So he was rubbing his eyes. Is it an illusion? Then he saw several times. Then he ran from the bungalow and came and fell at his feet and said, Father, what do I see? Hey, get up, get up. You are Rani Rashmuni's son-in-law. People will think that I hypnotized you. Get up, get up. Just see. He used Yogamaya. Then this Mathur was convinced that Sri Ramakrishna was not a human being. He is God in human form. It was in horoscope that God, his chosen deity, will be with him. And then what happened? 14 years that man served Sri Ramakrishna. Everything Sri Ramakrishna needed during his sadhana, he supplied. Divine Mother arranged these things. God will provide everything, arrange everything for you if you have love. So spiritual life, you will have to really, really, you will feel something that you are changing, you are different, you are different. Money, power, position, nothing can help. Peace, joy, as I say, you cannot buy. Body, all bodies will die. In the last 2 months I was working on a small history of Sri Ramakrishna's passing away. Nearly 1 year, 5-6 months he suffered from cancer. excruciating pain, could not eat. Why did he suffer? He told Holy Mother, all the sufferings is going over my body, you people will be happy. You people will not have to work. I am absorbing the sins of people and suffering. You see, these people are not ordinary people, divine incarnations. They are called Kapal Mochos. They can erase what is in your lot, in your fortune. They can do anything they like. Sri Ramakrishna told another beautiful expression, Ami Karma Nasha, Ami Foraj Danga. I am the destroyer of action and I am the French colony. Do you know what that means? During the British period, India was under three foreign countries, British, French and Portuguese. Most of the part of India was under British, French, Chandanagar, Pondicherry, then Portuguese, Goa, Daman, Diu, Goa was under Portuguese. So this, I'm the French colony. Do you know what that means? If you do anything wrong in the British government, in the British domain, you can take shelter in the French colony. British people cannot prosecute you. That is the way our Aurobindo left British India, went to Chandanagar, then took shelter in Pondicherry. British people could not arrest him. See, in this world, whatever you do, if you take shelter in me, you are saved. That's Sri Ramakrishna said. I am the French colony. Sri Ramakrishna's life, please study. See that Sri Ramakrishna's divine play and the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. I wrote that two things are very interesting about Sri Ramakrishna's incarnation. First, the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. It is the unique religious literature in the world. Recorded on the same day in his diary. Who were present, what song sang, what Sri Ramakrishna said. As it is, he wrote, and then he developed and came the Gospel of Ramakrishna for 1,000 pages of books. 175 entries are there in the Gospel. No other incarnations you will find in this kind of document. Authentic, eyewitnesses account. Very powerful. Him says, I have never recorded anything which I have not seen, which I have not heard. Just think of that. Which I have not seen, which I have not heard, that I have not recorded. That is the reason. Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna is a really wonderful book. Second is photograph. Camera does not lie. We see Buddha's picture, Krishna's picture, Rama's picture, Jesus' picture, all imagination. They are not taken from camera. We know it. But Sri Ramakrishna's all three pictures taken during Samadhi. And it came through camera. We exactly know how he looked. These are the two important things of the Sri Ramakrishna's incarnation. Divine incarnation, according to our Vedantic tradition, Krishna mentioned in the Gita, when religion declines, the religion prevails, I incarnate. Krishna says in the Gita, Yada yada hi dharmaisya glanir bhavati bharata apyutthanam dharmaisya tadatmanam shriyamham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sangha stapanarthayu sambhavami yugi yugi. In every age I come when religion declines. When religion, why do you know why religion declines? That also mentioned in the Vishnu Purana. Sadharma karma vimukha Krishna Krishna iti vadino tihare deshino mudha dharmartam janmayate huri. Some people say God, 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 Krishna, 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 but do not practice religion. Hypocrites. They are hypocrites. To demonstrate true religion, God incarnates. People talk about God, but they do not practice. That is the reason. What Swami Sri Ramakrishna's definition of religion, do you know what is his definition of religion? Mon mukh aap karai dharmo. Unite your mind and your speech. That is religion. We think many things. We cannot speak. How to unite the mind and your speech? Do you know what it means? It means your life must be established in truth. And truth alone. And the truth is God. Satyameva jayate nanritam. Truth alone triumphs, not untruth. You know, that is called to me real spiritual life. Practice the truth, love people, serve people. And Swamiji was in Jaipur. Somebody asked, how can I see God? Swamiji said, go to the house of the poor people. There you will see living gods, all living human gods. And if you want to realize God, serve them. That is practical Vedanta Vivekananda taught, both in the East and the West. Practical Vedanta. So Sri Ramakrishna's life and teachings are very, very important in our lives. And we are going to ritualistic worship. I shall perform worship now. There will be singings and bhajans. And you will see, those who are at back, they can see on the television, on the screen, on the monitor. And then there will be food offering, flower offering. Then we shall serve prasad lunch. So now I shall start my worship. I shall do 5 items worship. Gandha, Pushpa, Dhoop, Deep, Naivedya. Gandha means fragrance. Pushpa, flower, Dhoop, incense, Deep, light, Naivedya, food. And that is called 5 items worship. Then Sri Ramakrishna shall worship 10 items. And you will see what I do. And then there will be food offering, flower offering. Thank you.